Our story begins in the city of Thebes in ancient Greece, which was modeled after the city of Thebes in Egypt. The king and queen of Thebes were expecting a child and were very happy. However, the king's oracle wizard type person delivered a prophecy to him.
My lord, I am filled with so much happiness now that we are going to have a child who will soon be the face and future of this kingdom.
So did I? My king, I know that he will be a good ruler and leader of this kingdom that we built just like you.
My king, I have seen the prophecy and it will not be good for you.
Tell me, oracle, confess the prophecy that you have seen.
One day, your child would raise up and murder you, my king.
That's absurd.
Needless to say, the royal couple was shocked. So, upon having the child, they ordered the baby to be taken away by a servant, to have spikes driven into his ankles so he could never return home, and for his body to be thrown into the river. Fortunately, a shepherd passing by from the town of Corinth, which was just on the other side of the mountain from Thebes, found the baby all alone, almost dead. As it turns out, the king and queen of Corinth were unable to have a child of their own. So as a gift, the shepherd presented the young baby to them. They were very happy, and they named the baby Oedipus, which literally means swollen foot. And so they began their happy family. Little did they know, however, that their son's life would be a tragedy. Over time, Oedipus grew up into a strong, handsome, and smart young man. One day, Oedipus was out drinking with a good friend of his, and his friend got so drunk that he accidentally let a secret slip out. He revealed to Oedipus that, well, he was adopted. Oedipus was shocked, and to determine the truth for himself, he made a trek all the way from Corinth to Delphi, where the temple of Apollo was. The oracle there told Oedipus that one day he would murder his father, as the prophecy foretold. Of course, Oedipus, learning he was adopted, had no idea who his father was. Oedipus realized that he could never go back to Corinth in case he would accidentally kill his own father there, so he decided to settle down in Thebes. As Oedipus was walking back along the road to Thebes, an older man came up behind him and thought that Oedipus was going just a bit too slow.
Hey you, young man!
Seems like you're walking too slow.
He killed all of the old man's servants and then, of course, went after the old man himself. Fortunately, one man managed to escape the destruction. Oedipus eventually reached Thebes, but he realized something was terribly wrong.
Who are you, stranger? Confess your name and your village in front.
I am Oedipus of Corinth. Let me in.
No shall enter this gate without my permission. If you insist to enter this gate, you must first kill me.
If that's the only way to enter the kingdom, then so be it.
Oedipus was hailed as a hero in Thebes, so much so in fact that to replace their former king that had mysteriously vanished, he was crowned king of Thebes. The years went by and a drought settled over the land of Thebes.
My king, Apollo said that the drought would not be lifted in our village until the murderer of the former king of Thebes was found.
That's absurd. Go get me another wizard, shaman, oracle, or anyone who could bring a good revelation to us and not such meaningless one.
My king, there is only one infamous prophet in this village who can give you an accurate revelation about the crisis that we are facing.
Tell me, Creon, who's that man?
The blind prophet, my king, for he knew all but could see nothing.
When Oedipus finally did meet the blind prophet, he revealed something to Oedipus that was shocking.
You killed the king, Oedipus.
Have you lost your mind, old man? What are you talking about? How dare you talk to your king like that?
I may be blind to this word, Oedipus, but you are blind to the truth.
Oedipus rushed home to the queen to explain the situation.
You look so upset, my love. What seems to be the problem?
That blind man, Tiresias. He said that I killed the former king of Thebes. What an absurd revelation is that?
That can be true. You never heard or used to murder anyone, my love, right?
Well, I did, but it was ages ago. Before we were even married.
The queen knew, based on his description, that he had killed the king of Thebes.
What have you done, Oedipus? You killed the former king of Thebes, like King Laius, the true king of Thebes.
My love, let's not jump into conclusions. I was told years ago that there was a survivor in that day. You must find him and hear what he will say.
Oedipus tracked down the witness, and when he revealed who he was, Oedipus was shocked. It was one of the servants, the man who got away.
My king, the long-gone servant you asked for is here.
It was you, Oedipus, it was you who killed my king, which is your father and Mary your mother, Jocasta.
What are you talking about?
Your mother knew about this when she saw the mark of the wand. They asked me to do as well as throwing you into the river when you were a newborn baby, but I can do it, so I just leave you into the mountain.
Oedipus was so shocked by this revelation that in a panic he grabbed the queen's hairpins, which looked conveniently enough like a combat knife, and gouged out his own eyes. It would appear that to Oedipus, destiny was an inescapable thing. The words of the blind prophet rang true. Oedipus, who could now see the truth, was blind to the world in an ironic twist of fate. As the king of Thebes, Oedipus did the only honorable thing he could and banished himself from the city.